What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is MJ, aka MJ of all trades. You guys, what's going on? How's everyone doing? I am good. It's snowing here. Is it snowing where y'all at? Comment below, let me know. Yeah, it's snowing here, so I'm not really used to the snow and stuff, but hey. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the importance of self-love. And I'm going to give you guys some tips on self-love. Self-love for me is something I always preach. If you know me, if you've known me at all for years, even followed me on social media, you know that I am a huge advocate for self-love. I'm a huge advocate for having high self-esteem, carrying yourself a certain way, loving yourself, and just not worrying about other people and just loving you. And one thing about me, I got some on my eye, child. One thing about me is I never really, I've never struggled much with self-esteem or having low self-esteem. And I'm going to tell you why. And what that reason why I never suffer with low self-esteem or self-esteem issues is because of self-love. So self-love for me, self-love is a secret weapon. Self-love has always been my secret weapon. People have looked at me and have wondered, why she's so confident, what is it about her? And, even people who have been, jealous of me for whatever reason, or just trying to get to know me in general. They're just like, this girl, what is about this girl? And what it is about me is not complicated. I believe that self-love is how we get through life. Like I said, self-love will always be your secret weapon, no matter what. The reason I say self-love will always be your secret weapon is because when you have self-love, nobody can tell you nothing, y'all. Nobody can tell you nothing. How I've gotten where I've gotten, how I've gotten out of certain situations, how I've gotten to the point where, I've blessed other people because God blessed me, is because no matter what throughout my life, it always came back to self-love. It always came back to self-love. If it wasn't for self-love, like I said, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't even be where I am, who I am today. That's how I got here. And one thing that has really kept me going, I think the number one thing for me, is realizing I will never wake up anyone else. You will never wake up anyone else. That's why no one has ever been able to sway me or tell me anything about me. I will never wake up anyone else, so I might as well love me. You will never wake up anyone else. You will never wake up the person that you envy. You will never wake up the person who your body goals are. You have to learn to love you. That's the thing. Like, even growing up for me, I was a tall girl. I was a skinny girl. And in my hometown, that just wasn't it. Growing up, everybody wanted you to be thick and whatever the case, and even through all of that, even in high school and going through all that and not being the most one, I was secretly, because once we graduated high school, they all were on me, baby. Like, during high school, they try to be like, well, we ain't gonna go after the tall, skinny girl, but baby, as soon as we graduated, like, man, I always had a crush on you. I can't tell you how many of that I got. But anyway, I realized that, I'm never gonna be anyone else. Even when people have tried to, this is why I say self-love is important. Even when people try to tell you, you're not good enough, you don't look the best, you ain't thick enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not this, you're not that. You loving yourself, you're gonna be like, I can't tell you how many times things in life, have been said or people have tried to discourage me. And because I know who I am, because I've taken that, I put in my brain that God made me this way, this is who I am, I'm not going to be anyone else, I got to love me. You have to love who you are because you're not going to be anyone else. Why waste your life trying to be something else or trying to be someone else, or just not even loving you or being unhappy? We already go through so much in life, y'all. We already go through so much unhappiness. and it's already, a lot of us are grieving people that we love, grieving losses in general. Why put any more pressure on yourself? Why not love yourself through all that? That's the least you can do for you. The least you can do for you is say, hey, I'm going to love me. I'm going to love me today because, what else can I do? Loving yourself also boosts your self-esteem. That's why, I talk about the self-esteem and your confidence. Like, I'm going to talk about confidence in another video by itself, because confidence in itself is a whole nother ball game, baby. But you know where confidence comes from? Confidence comes from self-love. When you love yourself, your confidence is at an all-time high. And guess what? Nobody can tell you shit. Nobody can tell you nothing when your confidence is at an all-time high. You teach people how to treat you. Nothing has ever been, funny thing about me, nothing's ever been said in my face, y'all. In my life, nothing. Because you want to know why? People respect me and know I love me first. So what you about to say? That's the thing. Like, I love me first. People have tried, but for the most part, never in my life, to this day, has anyone called me, said anything to my face. You can hop on. I've got fake text messages, y'all. Like, people will go anonymous or, make fake pages, child. But nothing has ever been said. It's been fake pages made. I've got anonymous messages, but I always know who they are half the time. Sometimes I don't know who they are. But for the most part, I always have an idea of who these people are. You want to know why? Because it's always obvious to me when I'm around people when you don't love yourself. That's always so obvious to me. It's so many things that's always apparent when you don't have self-love. That's what self-love is. It's always apparent to me. Whenever I work with people, whenever I was around people, conversations I have with people, first conversation, you just always know. Like, it's always apparent. So people never, saying things to my face. Nobody's ever hit me in my life, y'all. Like, never been beat up, nothing like that. Like, people not approaching me and saying nothing to me just lets me know. I'm telling you why. Because I've taught people how to treat me. I've taught people that respect comes first with me. You're going to respect me. Regardless of how, I'm telling you, people can do all kinds of stuff, but they will not come to me because you already know there's a respect level, unless you are a nice approach, when you approach me with certain things, I will never tolerate you coming to me and being disrespectful. I've already taught people how to treat me. You want to know why? Because I've learned to love myself. It's an insult to God, y'all, when you don't love yourself. It's an insult to God when you constantly want to change who you are. God made everybody differently for a reason. God made everybody the way he wanted to make everybody. Now, do we all have flaws? Yes. Half us in life trying to lose weight and trying to stay healthy and trying to, things happen in life because we are humans and we live in a human body. But it's about your soul. Yes, you got to take care of your body. You want to live a long life. But at the end of the day, what happens at the end of life? You die. And you have a soul that goes on. It's about your soul. And let me tell you something about self-love. Self-love will stop you from hating. Yes, self-love will. It will stop you from hating. And not only will it stop you from hate if you're a hater, but it'll make you never be a hater. It'll prevent you from never being a hater. It'll prevent you from having hating bone in your body. You want to know why? For what? Why do I need to hate on you? I love me. Why do I need to compare myself to you? That's another thing. So much comparison in this industry, y'all. Not in just my industry, like every industry, nursing, whatever, like lawyers. Like, it's so much competition. Everybody wants to compete with you. Child, when you at work and you confident you love yourself, give me my money. I'm not here to compete with you. I know who I am. And I know what I can do. There's none of that. There's no competition. There's no comparison. I'm not going to hate on you. I want you to succeed. I'm not hating on you. And I hope you're not hating on me. But if you don't love yourself, you will, though. And can I be honest with you? And this may upset people, which if it does, let the shoe fit, child. But I'm telling you, I've never met a hater in my life. I've never met a hater that loved themselves or was killing the game. Ever. I've never met a hater that was killing it. If you killing it in life, why you hating? Why would you? What do you have to hate on? I never met a hater that loved themselves. You're not going to make fake pages. You're not going to make, nasty comments. You're not going to try to destroy people. You're not going to lie to people. You're not going to do those things if you love yourself. You're just not. And I pray so much, especially women. I'm not a man, so I can't speak for all men, but this definitely goes for men too, because believe it or not, men can be haters too. Men can hate on other women. Men can act real bitch like as well, So this is definitely for everyone. But I'm saying especially women because of what I've dealt with, because what I know being a woman. I'm telling you, if you love yourself, it'll stop you from being jealous. It'll stop you from hating. It'll stop you from giving the girl a dirty look that just came in the room that's minding her business. Like, it will stop you from doing all those things. You have to learn to find a way. If you don't like something about yourself, change it. You cannot live your whole life hating and think you're just going to live a prosperous life and be happy in life. You're not going to prosper. I'll tell you that now. You're not going to prosper without self-love. You can't. You can't. And you can't stop, you can't stop what other people have to say about you, stop you from loving yourself. When you love yourself, people aren't going to like it. That's just what it is. People aren't going to like it, and it's going to make them jealous because they're going to want what you have. Forget them. I was going to say something else besides forget, but forget them. It's not about what other people think. People gonna say, think that you're. The thing is, when a person who doesn't have confidence, self-esteem, and love for themselves, when it looks unfamiliar to them, they're gonna call you all kinds of names. They're gonna talk about you, try to say that you're vain and you're arrogant. Man, I've had people try to tell me so many strange things in my past before I really realized, because I'm human too. So yeah, I've allowed people to get to me at times. But it didn't last no more than like 24 hours, y'all. I'm telling you. But, it bothers me when people misunderstand the self-love or confidence. It bothers me because in my mind, I'm like, but why does it bother you that I love me? Why wouldn't you love you? Why would you think that someone is arrogant or vain because they take pride in who God made them and they're not going to change it be anyone else? Why would that bother you? I just never really understood that. But just know that, you can't allow what other people say about you get to your brain or get to your mind and stop you from being you and stop you from loving you. Like, oh, they think who cares? You still got to love yourself. You still got to love you. Forget what they think. Forget what they have to say. And I said it earlier and I'm going to say it again. People who don't love themselves are the messiest people in the world. You don't want to be one of them. You don't want to be around one of them. It's just apparent, and facts is all get out. It's facts that you hate yourself damn near. When you study messy and hate on other people and other people's lives and saying crazy things about other people. Bullies. Oh, you bullies. I'm going to make a video about you bullies. You bullies. I would whoop all your asses. Like, I'm sick of all you bullies, especially you internet bullies. It's just like, yeah, if you have a following or you're influence, whatever the case, this is something we have to deal with. But what's sad is, like, why? Why do we have to deal with the fact that you hate yourself? Like, it will never really, I never comprehend fully. Even though I've dealt with certain things, I will never comprehend fully the principle of jealousy, the principle of being nasty to other people. I'll never comprehend any of that. I want people to understand, what gets a person to a certain place when it comes to self-love is you have to take care of you. You have to take care of you. Yes, the people around you, or you have children or whatever. Yes, take care of people around you if that's what you do. But you got to take care of you first. You got to, even if you're a mother, you have to take care of you first. Because if you don't take care of you, who's going to take care of you? Who's going to take care of you like you? And you know what causes you to take care of you? It's self-love. And when I'm saying taking care of you, I'm talking about from head to toe, inside and out. If you don't like the way you look, change it. If you don't like the fact, no matter what anyone says, no matter how small people think you are, if you think you put on weight and you don't like it, try to lose the weight. Try to get snatched. It's you. Do you. If you think you're too, whatever, even if you're too big, if you think you're too big, too small, whatever the case, if you want to gain weight, do whatever you need to do. Do what you need to do to love yourself. I'm not necessarily condoning plastic surgery, but in some cases, Hey, has it fixed certain things in certain cases? I'm not going to speak on that. If certain things people want to do, that is not something I'm choosing to do. That's not something I will ever do. Um, I'm always going to love me enough to just want to do it naturally. Is it harder? Yes. But eat healthy. And eating healthy is just not all about looks, y'all. It's really not. Eating healthy has a lot to do with you living, y'all. It has a lot to do with you living life. Do you want to die early? Do you want to live a long life? Like, try to. I know it's hard. I got a sweet tooth, y'all. Like, I love sugar, but you have to try in some way, get it in your brain and realize I cannot eat bad all the time. I cannot eat junk all the time. I have to learn that my body is a temple, and I have to learn to eat better. I have to learn to put what's healthy for me and my body. I have to learn to put that in my body. I have to learn that. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself inside and out. Take care of your that's just some things to do on the outside. Eat healthy. Change, work out if you don't like certain things about yourself. That goes along with presenting yourself well. Care about how you look and how you present yourself, not only to others but to yourself. I am such a huge, besides self-love, I'm a huge advocate on to look good is to feel good. And when I tell y'all, I'm a witness to that. I am not just saying that. When I'm telling you, there are times where I've woken up to jobs I've hated, even in my fashion field, but I didn't want to go to work that day. I didn't want to go to work that day. I didn't feel well that day. But when I tell you, it was one day specifically that's in my head for some reason, and I think that's when it was almost 10 years ago. It was like 9 years ago. But I think that's when I realized that how real that statement was. Like, I always, it was like, yeah, to look good, to feel good. But that day I felt it. I felt it that day. And I was like, I knew it. That day I felt how great I began to feel when I liked how I put myself together that day. I put my hair together, and it's not vain. I woke up that day, I did my hair, I put on the flyest outfit, the heels when I went to work. I was just fly that day. And I got so many compliments. And it's not about people. It's not about the compliments, although it's a great thing. But when I tell you how great that made me feel, like, I don't understand people who just don't care. Now, if you're going through a depression or going through certain things, there are times where I get it. I do. But not all the time thing, y'all. Like, we got to learn to present ourselves better. We got to learn to present ourselves a certain way. Dress nice. When you leave in the house, I'm not talking about if you're going to Walgreens. Yeah, if you go to Walgreens, you still need to throw in a nice pair of sweats. Don't just throw in something holding in your drawers hanging out. Like, look decent, and it's crazy that this is something that needs to be said and be taught almost, because adults just be, not a lot of people, I love when people look nice. I love when adults are like, I love beautiful people. I love beautiful people. Like, every time I'm somewhere and I'm just like, oh, she's so fly, like, it makes me want to be around, because that kind of energy is just amazing. It's just something about a man or a woman that loves to take care of themselves, just loves to look good. I love that. Like, it's something about it. I'm telling y'all, if you want to work on your self-love, take care of yourself, dress nice, care about how you present yourself, care about your body, care about your care about your soul. Let's talk about the inside. You got to take self-care days, y'all. You can't just work all the time. And then I'm telling you now, as experience, I'm telling you, it's going to drive you nuts if you don't have some kind of balance. I'm talking about myself too. Like, it's going to drive you nuts. You have to find self-care. I think what's saving me, y'all, because I just moved. And when you move somewhere, like right now, I don't know a lot of people here in St. Louis. Last time I was here, I was in high school, almost, my first year of college. So, my friends are in LA. And what is saving me is my self-care days and family. My self-care days when I'm not around my family. Yeah, I have a few friends here. But for the most part, what keeps me going are my self-care days. Days where I'm talking about sit in silence. Like, this all goes back to my very first video when I was talking about what to do when life is life, and like sit in silence, watch your favorite shows, keep a clean house, clean up. I'm telling you, like, clean up, y'all. Like, all this stuff makes you love yourself. And here's another tip, and I know this sounds crazy, but learn to love yourself naked. Learn to love yourself naked. Buy mirrors. Stop avoiding mirrors. Stop avoiding. I don't care if you're 400 pounds. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how much you weigh. I don't care if you don't like, your body or whatever the case. If you're choosing to remain that way, then learn to love it. Learn to love it. If you're choosing to be whatever weight you are, small or big, when I say choosing, because if you're not doing something about it, that means you want to be that way. So if you're choosing to remain that way, buy you some mirrors and learn to love it, and look at all them rolls, look at your skinniness, look at whatever, look at you with no booty, no hips, whatever. Like, learn to love yourself. It helps being in front of a mirror naked. I know it sounds crazy, but learn to love yourself naked. Learn to love yourself. And if you don't, and the reason I say stop avoiding mirrors, because if you find yourself not loving it, then make changes. Take pictures, y'all. Take pictures. Take pictures of all that stuff. And then, if you are losing weight, you'll come back and see your progress later and be like, wow, Learn to love that, y'all. Learn to love every part of your entire body. Get to the point where you are running to the mirror to look at yourself when you get out the shower. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's possible. And yes, it happens. Like, learn to get to the point where you're like, I just want to look at me. Like, let me look at me. Like, and I'm saying this, y'all, not in a vain way. I'm saying this because I'm telling you, it affects your soul when you love yourself. It affects your soul when you don't love yourself. It's going to affect you. So when I say learn to love yourself from every rooter to the tutor, this is what I mean. It's not vanity. It's self-love. Understand that. And when you don't love yourself properly, it's impossible to treat other people the way they're supposed to be treated. It's impossible to treat people right. It's impossible. And I'm a witness to all this stuff in life. I'm not telling you nothing I ain't never been through. It's impossible to treat people right if you don't love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're going to walk around with attitude. You're just going to talk to people crazy. You're going to find yourself disliking people you shouldn't dislike, because not even what somebody else said, you're just going to find yourself disliking people. And I'm sick of y'all. When I tell you I'm sick of y'all, I'm sick of you people who walk around without wanting to do something about the self-love you don't have. I can't even be around it. It's only so much I can help someone. It's only so much I can help. But if I talk to you, and I try to help you, and you still find out, you still figure in your mind you don't want to do nothing about your self-love, I can't be around you. That's just something, I can't do. And it's hard to keep friends when you don't have self-love. If you learn to love yourself, you can keep you a good friend or two. And I say good friend because you got a lot of friends, more than likely, most of them ain't your friends. I'm talking about solid friends in your life that's like gonna be like family. That's what I'm talking about. So I hope this video helps someone in a way, that I hope it resonates in your soul, that you begin to kind of look at yourself like, hey, I need to get up. I need to do something. I don't want to mistreat the people around me. I don't want to walk around with attitude. I don't want to be messy. I don't want to talk about people. Stop being messy. Stop being messy. Y'all in your group chat, all y'all don't love yourselves. All y'all sitting around here. See, it's a lot of things I want to say in my videos, and I know I can't say, at least not right now. But like, all y'all in these text message threads look like who shot John. And you talk about everybody and their mama, and don't none of y'all love yourself. Learn to love yourself, y'all. I'm telling you, it'll make such a difference in your life. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. I have more to come. Don't forget to shop all my accessories at my online store. It's down in the description box at mjscloset.net. Don't forget to love yourself, you guys. Until next time, see you guys later.